Congratulations on the win. Overall thoughts of your team's performance tonight?
I think you controlled the game tonight. I think you did very well. In the end, you win. That's it.
How confident are you? Is your team feeling right now?
I think our team show how comfortable we are. So I think now we need to rest and prepare for the next round.
What's maybe the biggest lesson from the last few matches with your team that you're taking into the semifinal against Fluminense?
I think the Brazilian team take very, very serious the competition. They gonna give their life for the title. So I think you need to be ready for Fluminense next round. I know well them. Yeah. I know they're gonna give 100%. So I think now I need to rest and to be prepared for the next round.
Thank you so much for your time and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was João Pedro speaking after making his first Chelsea appearance. And there's another little storyline. We've got Thiago Silva and a Chelsea reunion, but actually for João Pedro, Fluminense was his first club. So that's going to be a very special night for João Pedro, isn't it?
A special night. You can see he talk about, I know well this team. It's going to be like a important game for him because I believe his parents or families are still like a big fans of Fluminense. And then now he's going to be playing those.
Who are his family going to be supporting?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
And you were saying he scored a brilliant goal.
Oh, he scored an amazing bicycle when he's younger. And Fluminense, if you guys go find that goal, it's an amazing goal.
Well, I'm sure Chelsea fans will be Googling now as we speak that João Pedro bicycle kick for Fluminense. He was involved not just at a couple of chances, but he was involved a lot tonight, was it, when he came on, wasn't he?
Yes, he was involved. He looked very sharp. You know, he wanted the ball. He was moving around. Like I said before, I think for me, the best thing I like about João Pedro is his movement around the box. You know, his first touch in around the box. He's a very clever player, and we saw that tonight. The chances he created, what he created out of himself. It wasn't like, you know, they fed him the ball, but once he controls that ball, he can create chances out of nothing. And it's good to see here he receives this 1-2 first touch here and the volley. I mean, you can see it was somebody who's hungry. He wanted to come into the game and prove a point. Obviously, the manager put him on before Nicholas Jackson. He wanted to repay the manager for trusting him and putting him on. So, I mean, that's what you have to do as a striker. You have to come in, create your chances and try to take them as well.
He's just got an eye for goal, isn't it? Every time he gets the ball, his first thought is, can I shoot? Or just getting as close to the goal as possible. He's got that about him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but we can see, like, even when he's in the bench and they show the coach, we can see he's in the behind, like he's look at the game, he's ready to play. And he's a danger. His touch inside the box is really good. He's the guy, like, take a touch and shoot in a goal.
After that performance, does he start against Fluminense in the semi-final?
I think he does.
That's obviously because Liam Delap is out suspended after picking up another yellow card. Because I think Delap probably would have started in that game. So do you think he starts now?
Yeah, I think he starts, I think he starts ahead of Nicholas Jackson with that performance, the way he performed when he came on. For me, I think he starts,
yeah, right. Let's talk Estevão again, because I mean, what a moment it would have been for him. And actually, Kleberson, when he celebrated or when he scored, you could see how much scoring that goal meant to him in that moment.
Yeah, I think it's meant a lot for him, you know, because he has a lot of pressure to play against the team. He's gonna be new club, and then he did an interview before, and then he wants to show something, like not only like for the Palmeiras fans, but for him also. And then when he scored the goal, he probably say, "Oh my God, thank you for the opportunity."
I felt like that was a goal for, I mean, now looking at full time when Chelsea have gone through, it was a goal for the Palmeiras fans at the time, but that's also a goal for the Chelsea fans, that they think, wow, this kid, you know, is going to be a Chelsea player in a couple of weeks.
Not really for the Chelsea fan, but a lot of the players, you know, they got a little physical with him as well. I think they just welcomed him to the football club with some of those tackles.
Why do you think that happened? Because it did feel like there's a couple of times where a couple of players, it was one-on-one, it was a little bit feisty.
Yeah, look at that. You can see there from Cucurella. Look at that. And there was another tackle from Enzo Fernandez as well. You know, for me, you know, I don't know what it was, but it looked like they were trying to welcome him to the football club, telling him, okay, listen, we know you're joining us, but it's not going to be easy for you. You have to make sure you earn it. But fantastic player, you know, he's got a wonderful left foot. I don't know what Kolpama was telling him there, but I don't think he really understand what Cole was saying.
They did seem like you had to get a translator over at some point.
They did finally get a translator. No, but he's a fantastic fantastic player. I'm really happy that he's joining us at the football club.
And we spoke that the Palmeiras fans weren't necessarily as happy with some of the comments he made about, trying to stay focused when he knows he's going to Chelsea. But after that performance and the contribution he's made, and the fact that they did come so close to maybe taking it to extra time or going through, the Palmeiras fans will have enjoyed that tonight, won't they?
Yeah, they probably enjoy it. They know they come for that competition for compete against top teams, and then they did well, and then it's a really brilliant to Palmeiras bring Estevão to Chelsea, because they show they still produce good players. Because if you look Vitor Roque, he also is a good player also, and then that's really important for the club, for the fans. I think the fans enjoy a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. About the kids, because Estevão, of course, moving to Chelsea after this tournament, scored the equaliser, and João Pedro came on and had a brilliant game. And I suppose, Kleberson, it's right that social media are talking about these two, and the future is so bright for Chelsea when you've got all of these youngsters, especially those two, coming to play for this football club.
Yeah, they come for the big club, and then both ones going to be fixed so well on the style that Chelsea play, and then as a Brazilian, you feel so happy, because we're probably going to see those two guys on the next World Cup in America,
Yeah, I just saw one. João Pedro, you are rocking my world. Chelsea fans obviously very excited about that João Pedro performance. But another one I just saw on there was Andre Santos, and we haven't spoken about him.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't really got his chance at this Club World Cup. Obviously, Reece James getting injured in the warm-up meant he's coming into midfield, and he put in a pretty good performance tonight.
That's how you take your opportunities. When they come, you have to take them. And he played really, really well today in that midfield. He was breaking up plays. He was very, very good with the ball, moving the ball very, very quickly. And I was so very, very impressed with him. He played really well today.
I agree.
Yeah, the future's bright, isn't it, for Chelsea?
Yes, it is. A lot of that, in that position, of course, you have Caicedo and Lavia. But then when you have a player like him, on the bench that you can bring it into the game, for me, that's fantastic. But I think, of course, the future looks very, very bright for this Chelsea team.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's head back over to Philadelphia and get some more post-match reaction. Kaylin Kyle is with Callum Wilson and Danny Higginbottom. We've got one very happy Chelsea fan in the studio in John Obi Mikel. I'm sure there are thousands of happy Chelsea fans in that stadium, Kaylin.
Olivia, I heard that you're the biggest Chelsea supporter, so I know it's very happy inside that studio, and I'm sure you're going to go for a little cerveza after, and I don't disagree with you, but it was brilliant inside this stadium in front of 60,000 plus. Chelsea, though, in that first 45 minutes, it was dominant.
They were. I thought they were outstanding. I think, if anything, Palmeiras, they showed them too much respect in the first half, and I think Chelsea dominated. I thought they had the extra man in midfield. Cole Palmer really good at finding spaces, and I thought Neto as well. I thought he gave a really good performance, an emotional performance from him as well.
Palmer, you guys touched on him in the opening segment of this show, and just the ability and the freedom that he had in that attack at third, and he brought it out, got the go-ahead goal 16 minutes in. When you watch that ball go into the back of the net, what impressed you the most, his movement or the finish?
I think the thing that impressed me the most was the half turn and the awareness of the space that was around him. He took it in his stride, and then obviously he knows exactly what he wants to do with it. The defenders don't know, and he's not even blasted the ball. He's just literally finessed it into the bottom corner, hit it nice and early. The goalkeeper has no chance, does he?
Did you appreciate the play there from Liam Delap? Because he made a really unselfish run. It sort of opened the space up for him. As a centre forward, you want to score the goals, don't you?
It is a sacrificial run, and when you're young, you get taught sometimes as the man at the first post, you've got to run past the created space for your teammates. Obviously, you don't like doing it, and you don't mind doing it if you're going to get some return of service as well. And I mean, you could see Palmer trying to feed him in with his right foot. He got cut out of the near post and things like that. So I just feel that that relationship will grow over time, and the more we play together, the more they're going to understand each other.
The second 45 minutes, let's be honest, Palmeiras is the better team. Yeah. They shifted tactically, pressed higher up the pitch, flattened their midfield three. What did you make of that performance?
I think it was a big difference in the second half. I think, you look at Hockey, the big money signing for them, and I think that he was isolated in the first half. The second half, they probably played 10-15 yards higher up the pitch. All of a sudden, he's getting the ball and he's getting runners going beyond him, and it wasn't so easy for Chelsea. And I just thought that first half, Palmeiras showed far too much respect. In the second half, they believed that they belonged on this pitch.
Estevão gets the opening goal for Palmeiras, not the opening goal, the tying goal for Palmeiras, his new club, Chelsea. He's going there directly after this FIFA Club World Cup. As an 18-year-old, you could see the emotion post-match. He was crying in his interview. What would that be like, going up against a club where they've spent big money, but then you score on them?
I think we spoke about him before the game, and there was question marks over what his mentality would be coming up in this match, and I think that he handled it with maturity. he was probably the star of the show for large parts of that for Palmeiras today. And then obviously he's got himself a goal on the score sheet. We spoke about the team respecting him. He'll walk into that dressing room now thinking, I've got a man of the match performance against my new club, and he's going to walk in there 10 feet tall, and so he should, because it was a fantastic finish. And I think the goalkeeper has to, question marks over the near post, but take nothing away from the finish. He's got it in, and you could see the emotion in his celebration. So his post-match was going to be emotional too.
Chelsea booked their ticket into the semi-final. They will be taking on Fluminense. How do we see this match going?
I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think Chelsea will go into it as favourites. I think one of the things that Maresca's done, regardless of results at certain points in the games, he's managed the minutes of the players, and I think that is really, really important. So he's going to go into the next game and he'll look at it and say, right, okay, I can pick the players that I need to play. Obviously, there's a few suspensions, but he's going to have a sense of freshness within his plays and an eagerness as well.
What are you making of Chelsea going into this 2025 season? Yes, there is some unfinished business here in the FIFA Club World Cup semi-final and potential final. But looking at the depth of this Chelsea side, is this exciting times for Chelsea fans?
Definitely. They've got a very young squad and they're just constantly adding to it. You see João Pedro come on today ahead of Nicholas Jackson as well. So that obviously shows that the manager's got trust in him and he wants to see his new signing and things like that. So going forward, they can keep rotating. They've got Nkunku, goals coming from everywhere really. Delat even played fantastic as well. So I just feel that, Chelsea, with the right side of the draw, will go a long way.
Does the inexperience concern you? That's what concerns me a little bit. When you're looking at the top teams in the Premier League, it's like they have the experience, they have the know-how. This is a team that's growing all the time, but obviously from your experiences playing against them, do you think there is sort of a naivety about them at times?
Well, I thought, to be honest, I might have seen that today in terms of a Palmeiras side that's going to ruffle your feathers. You've seen bits of it in the first half. They were trying to get players booked. There was yellow cards here and there, but they seem to settle down and just play their football. And I think that's the key for a young player, is not doing stupid tackles. And you could see a few players getting involved in it. Delat got involved in it, and they caught him out. But that he'll learn from that and grow. And I think going through a tournament phase, you want to minimise the yellow cards, and that's going to be key for them. They don't want to get any more suspensions like they've picked up already.
A brilliant match for Chelsea, a 2-1 victory. They have punched their ticket through to the semi-final. And Olivia, I can tell you, Callum was looking over my shoulder here while the subs were doing that extra training, and he was like, I can't think of anything worse than getting back into preseason. We'll send it back to you guys.